Very good morning and welcome once again to the live transmission all the way in central London. As you can tell, today is a very busy day, and we are just some few minutes away . Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the live transmission. It's a very busy day. Prime Minister speaking today. Oh my God, I think I left one of my phone upstairs. Cheap bread. All right, we manage what we have. So, a very busy day. Good morning once again. We're just some few minutes before we join the studio. But for now, let me show you some of the activities behind. As you can tell, lots and lots of people are here today. And they're here because of the Boris Johnson, the former peer. My name is Olayomi, and I welcome you once again to the transmission as we prepare for the Starr Radio in just 10 minutes. We thought we'd just show you a bit of what is happening right here at the moment. At 10 minutes from now, we will only be on one particular day. It is a very busy time as we continue to bring you what is happening. The COVID, which is the reason why we are here today, is currently in that have also joined as well. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the transmission. My name is Olayomi. As we prepare to join the Starr Radio in just about a few minutes from now, you can tell that it is going to be a very busy day today because of the nature of who is there today. The Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson is here. Vaccine injured, justice. Many people died during the COVID. And that is why the inquiry is going on today. Good morning once again to those of you that are Yoruba Nation. Good morning to those of you that are also living in UK. And many of you that is also monitoring and following all the proceedings right as well. As we say all the time, we all have a role to play. I am just playing mine and I hope you will play yours. In 7 minutes, I'll be joining the studio so that we can be able to tell you a little bit more as well. So what you're seeing right now are many people that have traveled here this morning because of the COVID inquiry that is taking place. So it's a very busy time, busy. And in just about 10 minutes, I'll be connecting to the Starr Radio UK. Boris Johnson is currently inside. It's a very beautiful weather, the sun is shining, but likewise it is also a bit of what we can say cold as well. So Once again, um, many journalists have trooped down here today, and it's going to be a fantastic 2 days as we continue to monitor, the proceeding as well. As we say all the time, inquiries are good because it gives you the background of the nature of what happened, especially, during the COVID. And that is the reason why we're here today as well. So, as we can tell, Citizen AY, good morning. We are live at the COVID inquiry where Boris Johnson is currently inside. Once again, he's giving, he's being questioned as I speak to you right now. It's a very busy day, and like I said, in just about a few minutes, I'll be connected to the studio back in Croydon. But for now, I think I should be like this because the weather is just too beautiful. Just as also, I think it's much better like that. So for now, those of you that are watching us on some of the platform would have to switch to different platform if you're able to watch us, because we're going to be switching to the Starr Radio right now. Thank you so much.
Well, I can't really do much about it.
So we're just 4 minutes away into the real broadcast. So what you're watching right now is the ongoing COVID inquiry that is currently going on today. Today is the 6th day of November 2023. Many families have died or lost individuals during the COVID. Because the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson is currently inside and I speak to you today. Once again, this is KOIKIMEDIA reporting right from the COVID inquiry, and we will be joining the studio. So if you want to join me on the YouTube channel so that you can be able to get in touch and follow the proceeding, because some of the networks are going to be switching them out. So you can join our Facebook and follow us. A very beautiful building. But right today, Boris Johnson is right inside, and like I said, in 3 minutes, I'll be joining the studio this morning. Busy day, very, very busy day, very, very busy day. Central London. Central London, not London, not London. Central London, we are. Well, doing very well. It's a very good morning to you back in the studio. I can still hear the feed of the music at the background, not too sure why. Yes. Okay, now I can hear you much better now. Very good morning to you, and welcome once again to all our listeners and viewers around the world. And let me come back again to you in the studio. There's a bit of echo. Well, it's a very busy day, as you can tell, because the big gun is right inside, and I can tell you already that Boris Johnson is currently inside. The inquiry started at exactly 10 o'clock. He's been giving a lot of information. I'll be sharing that with you We were here last week as well, but Boris Johnson, as a lot of us know, the former Prime Minister to UK, during the COVID, there were a lot of decisions that were taken and so much other decisions that were not taken. He has actually accepted apology, to some of what took place, during that period when I can say we lost almost 26,000, lives during the COVID. If I turn the camera around, there's a lot of activities going on. A lot of extra security has been drafted in, as you can imagine, having the former Prime Minister here. So you can tell that today is one of those days, as some of the things written there says the vaccine injured needed, health decline, at the NHS safe. But like I said, I'll be telling us a little bit more what the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, have said so far. But let me come back again to you in the studio, Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Oh yes, I've actually been inside. I've been here just an hour ago. We're currently seated, just on the first floor there, where all the medias, that are accredited are allowed to go in. But as you can tell, there's a lot of journalists from different parts of the globe this morning. It is much more busier than the last week that we were here. And like I said, Boris Johnson arrived 3 hours, not too sure why, before the COVID inquiry started. Maybe in the darkness, so that maybe some or two people might not be able to capture him. But I've been told that some cameramen were already waiting for him. I can tell you that there's a lot of families, a lot of pictures that have been laid across, the building itself. And these are individuals that lost their life during the COVID. Safer. Well, yesterday was a great news, especially for those that have been campaigning, for the Yoruba self-determination. And, as we were, day before yesterday, we were talking about, the mother-in-law of Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho that died. But I can confirm to you that after 2 years and a half, ECOWAS, court in Abuja has now said that Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's arrest, detention, was against the international law. Remember that he was traveling after he was almost going to be assassinated by the Nigerian federal government, during the former President Muhammadu Buhari. But what we have seen yesterday indicated what we have been saying for the last 2 years, that the right to self-determination is allowed, but it seems that, the previous administration disagreed. So the ruling that came out yesterday has brought in a lot of jubilation, also, the jubilation that, this is an innocent man that was almost going to be persecuted, for the fact that he wanted, the best, not just for himself, but for as many innocent lives that have been killed by the terrorists operating in Nigeria. But like I said yesterday, when the ruling came out, we can also say that maybe later on this evening, we might have, one of the legal team that will be speaking to us on Nigeria Voices. They're going to confirm that back. But I can confirm to you that, the court condemned the arrest, also the detention. Remember that Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, was detained for a very, very long time in Benin Republic until he was able to regain, his freedom that allowed him to travel back to Germany. But I can say to you that yesterday, the message of hope literally traveled quickly to almost every part of the world, indicating that this man has been persecuted, and also we hope that the 20 million CFA will be paid. I spoke to Chief yesterday. He's not really more concerned about the payment, but getting his name cleared, which is one of the most unique things that you can think of. He has been labeled, he has been cursed, he has also been put in a situation that he said whatever has happened, he just accepted his fate. Yes, this case has been quietly going on, prior before, the result came out yesterday. So, like I said, one of the legal team will have the privilege to speak to us, during the course of the Niger Course, program later on tonight. But like I said, while the legal team were working, remember that Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Group, insisted that he was not going to be leaving Benin Republic, until Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho regained his full freedom. And I think now that, we can confirm that the legal team, we have a lot of names from the legal team, like I said, later on tonight, because we're pressed with time, we have to go to the PMQ later on as well. We can confirm that the legal team that have worked tirelessly, to get this. The court condemned the arrest, the detention, ruling that it was done in violation of international law, which the Republic of Benin is signatory. Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho must now be paid 20 million CFA, for such as well. This was released by Mr. Gani Alagbala, the spokesperson for Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Starr Radio UK, I'll come back again to you in the studio. Well, when the news, surface out, the question again is, could it be to do with the corruption cases, or could it be that something, has not gone right? Like you talked about, the former, CBN governor, is still currently being, fighting, is guilty, not guilty rather, but let's go into this particular one. The Central Bank of Nigeria, the reps have now issued an arrest warrant on the CBN and the governors. This was a motion that was moved by Mr. Agidi, says that the arrest warrant had become inevitable following attitude of inhibits. The House of Representatives Committee on the public petition issued the warrant of the arrest of the Central Bank Governor Olayomi Kadoso, also the Accountant General of the Federation Oluwatoyin Maiden, and 17 others for refusing to appear before it to answer questions. Well, I think, this administration is trying to be different from the previous administration. So we are hoping that there will be, this situation that will be resolved where you will have to attend. Remember that, the reason why we have Boris Johnson there today is because he needs to give those reasons why, millions of people died. So if the reps or the House calls for you, it is important that you attend, as against doing what you feel like without attending such. Well, I was listening to the chief of army staff on the visit, yesterday to Kaduna, where, like I said, about 150 innocent lives were killed in what they called a mistake, thinking that whoever was on the ground probably was not able to refeed them back again to the drone. The Kaduna villagers are now also narrating how the Nigerian army drone wiped out over 34 family members after dropping not just one, two bombs 30 minutes apart. Villagers say the two bombs were dropped with the skulls of the first respondent caught in the vortex of the second bomb as well. According to what we've heard from the chief of army staff that visited the region yesterday, also, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is returning back to Nigeria from Dubai, and we hope that he will be visiting this particular, area, to commiserate with the family as well. But one thing is, this is not the first time we've seen the military dropping in, killing innocent lives. The question is, what about the inquiries that took place previously, and how can we amend such inquiry so that we do not have such situation happening again? Well, Tinubu returns from Dubai after the climate summit and the outrage over the Nigerian military bomb of the civilian, and that is one of the headlines coming as well this morning from Nigeria. Also, there is still so much happening when it comes to the economy of the country. It is really, really struggling to get itself back on its feet after the previous administration literally bankrupted the country itself. Local government autonomy. Afenifere chieftain seeks partnership with Ohanize. The question is, whether the constitution will allow, for us to have what we call, a local government autonomy. Without a full autonomy, we cannot get, the 774 local government up and running. So let's look into that, because, this is one area that many Nigerians are hoping that something will happen with this administration. So like I said, also there's also so many other news, but let's touch on that. The chieftains of the Afenifere, Adebayo Odunowo, has said that the social cultural group must learn to evolve and move with the time to continue to be relevant. Odunowo also lamented the neglect and the relegation of the Yoruba language, warning of its dire consequences on the preservation of the tribe's rich history and cultural identity. The APC stalwart, according to the statement on Tuesday, spoke with receiving members of the Afenifere from Ikene and Odogbolu local government. Also, Soyinka's sister dies at the 90th funeral rite begins today. I'm sure many of us know Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate. Tiniola, the older sister of the Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, has died at the age of 90 in a statement that was released by the family. May her soul rest in peace. Let's go further into some of the other headlines. Patient has literally fled Ogun State Hospital over unpaid medical bills as well. So as you can tell, many Nigerians are struggling when it comes to the medical bills, and as many are now looking for alternative to other Aba Medo tribe treatment to be able to treat whatever illness that they've got. Also, a footballer slumps and died during training is one of the headlines as well. Court remand Kwara Abelis accomplice for rape and arson. Woodlums attack Lagos tax team at Tinkan Port, and the other headline says River Police arrest 4 cops for alleged kidnapping. We've talked about kidnapping in Nigeria. Sometimes these kidnappings are taking place not by individual, but also the same security that is meant to protect innocent lives as well. According to the Rivers State Police Command, has now confirmed the arrest of 4 operatives that were involved in the alleged adoption of a hotel worker in Port Harcourt, and consequently demanding a ransom to release him. The hotel worker, simply identified as Darlington, was reportedly arrested on his way to work on Friday around 8 p.m. when the police officer accosted him near the Udio Akpo local government area. According to what we now find out, discovering that those that were working for the policemen actually, kidnapping. I mean, imagine, the Metropolitan Police have to kidnap you that is exactly what many Nigerians have to face. Remember that during the NSAS, we saw many lives were killed when the military invaded, the unit of the Lekki toll gate. Until date, there is still inquiry that has been done, but those inquiries have not been fulfilled, and many lives are still struggling as well. Because we have to go to the PMQ, I'm going to take one more, then come back again to you in the studio, as many Nigerians continue to ask questions how the military were able to kill 150 innocent lives. Later on tonight, there was an aircraft accident that took place about 10 years ago. We will be discussing that in detail because one of the parents of the son that died in that particular aircraft will be having a memorial about the son later on Sunday. But this is going to be one of our most conversation during the Niger Voices, and like I said, we're going to be speaking to the lawyer of Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho as well. Also, we'll be discussing the climate change. What does the climate change mean for Nigeria and Africa as a whole? Star Radio UK, I'll come back now to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. Well, since we have a new administration in place, so the expectation would be that this kind of inquiry that will be, ongoing during this administration, and probably maybe a review of some of the other inquiries as well, would happen. Yes, many Nigerians believe that inquiries have been done, but when it comes to, the practical, making use of it, I mean, we're talking about an inquiry that is currently taking place today, tomorrow, and a couple of more weeks to come. But when it comes to, making sure that whatever the outcome can be used so that we do not have, such similar incident happen again. I mean, this is not the first time that the Nigerian military are bombing innocent Nigerians, but this time around, you could tell that something literally went wrong, and 2 bombs in the space of 30 minutes killed over 150 innocent lives. And I hope that the president will be traveling to that region to commiserate with the families as well. Well, like you said, 1800 hours will be live with the Niger Voice. It's going to be very, very packed, so make sure you join us. But as I leave you to this morning, make sure you continue to stay tuned as we're going to be joining the PMQ at 12 noon. This is Star Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, I got to go back inside. Thank you so much, those of you that are on this platform as well. Bye for now.